Can I 100% Dragonborn in Skyrim's Anniversary Edition? Part 5. On this one, we're gonna finish this quest. We're gonna focus on Thirstmead Hall, and I'm gonna show you how to get every single of those throwable spiders, amongst other things.
What a disaster. I feel like we've done this before, but that just means we're getting good at it.
Oh, you're getting good at taking my money.
You'll make the Draugr dead again, and I'll keep the rest of these in-laws from running off.
Rallis, always the same thing. It's never enough. Fortunately, I am super rich. So let's get it over with. There's a lot of Draugr for me to take care of, but enough of that. I'll speed things up a bit, and then I'll show you how to get the Azadal unique items from this part. And later I'll show you how to get the other two. So apparently you just have... Come on, Nix. You just have to walk on every single piece of the thing in a timely manner. Usually the thing is on that altar, but genius me used telekinesis. And it fell. My bad, okay? There's also a new section where if you use the chain pull twice, it'll open up, and you can get that as well. So that's done. Rallis, it's done.
Good. I'm glad I can count on you, at least. I think we're almost to the bottom of the barrel, but it's going to be everything I can do to find more miners. We've developed quite the reputation. But for enough gold, I can do it. Just barely.
How much?
5,000.
Oh, come on, I didn't get rich by giving away 5,000.
I know, you could almost buy a house for that much.
Almost,
like
I did.
We've got quite the reputation out here.
We?
And coin is the only counterweight for a bad reputation. Have you got the money?
Please tell me you're not sharing my name. I'm the Dragonborn.
This time I'll spring for some more experienced muscle. That should do the trick.
Well, I hope so, because otherwise that's only gonna double. And after doing many things on the Land of Solstheim, we have unlocked a new quest.
Like that. I know what I am.
She's a poor soul.
Doesn't everyone pity the hopeless? Look at me. I'm no better than a beggar. I used to be a miner. A good one, too. I made more gold digging up ore in a month than some people earn in a lifetime. When the mine dried up, I was lost. I have no other trade, so I spend my time drinking my fortune away at the retching niche. Or I used to, anyway.
Go on, tell us what happened.
That fetcher Gildis won't even allow me inside. Said I was bad for business. If I want to spend my last bag of coins getting drunk, that's my business. What does he care?
Would you like me to speak with him?
You can try. If you can get that stubborn mule to let me into the niche, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you.
I can try. Indeed. And unfortunately for her, we will succeed, but it's
Welcome to the Retching Niche
an NPC, so it's fine.
Jammer that will ever grace your lips.
Speaking of gracing lips...
Have you seen the poor girl? She's a mess.
She's not real.
She used to be richer than Councillor Morvain, and she's spending it all drowning in sorrow. As much as I love making coin, I can't watch her do that anymore. I won't.
Your NPC feelings don't matter.
I suppose you're right. If she wants to spend her life at the bottom of an ale mug, it's her choice. Tell her she's welcome back any time.
It's my save file, and I will do as I please, and I will cause as much NPC pain as they ask me to, because it's a 100% run.
Here, this was something I carried around in happier times. Maybe you can find a use for it.
I'm too high-leveled to care for a daedric warhammer, which is great.
If you could somehow get up there and grab a bottle, I'd be a long way towards forgetting how miserable it is down here.
Oh great, the whole continent is drunks.
Thanks for taking that thing down. We're supposed to be warriors, not crafters.
Wait, what did I do?
What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The mead hall, up there on the hill. Some Rieklings have taken it over.
They have more quests than the Rieklings, so...
Are you offering to help?
Reluctantly.
Some new blood should be enough to rouse these layabouts to actually fight again.
I'm going to regret this.
Well, let's move then. I know you're all starting to settle in here and keep up the fat lives you've got used to up in the hall. But look here. This outsider has more fire than any of you. All I had to do was mention our little infestation, and he volunteered in a second. I don't want to have my spirit outstripped by some wanderer, so let's get up there and kill us some Rieklings.
Not gonna lie, I do prefer the Rieklings. But, yeah, I have explained myself. The Rieklings don't have quests. Also, I will not get the Ashfire Mead or whatever it's called for Elmus, because he can go get it himself. That's only a quest if you do not defeat the Rieklings. And I did. And where is the... Oh! Oh, you poor soul! Okay, I did not felt bad about putting that thing out of its misery. Damn! Oof. Okay, and there's still a lot of them, so might as well speed it up. Oh man, the one town of goblins or gremlins, whatever you want to call them, that are not aggro then. And I do this. I'm so sorry.
That was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling?
Betrayed, and I was the betrayer.
Good to hear. In
God.
fact, that's just the spirit I'll need from my second. Do you want to come with me?
Sure, I have to, so...
My second? If we're going to take up residence here again, I need to get the blessing of Rothmund again. I'll need a witness and, well, you see the kind of horker brains I deal with around here. What do you say?
You're called unworthy. Why would I say I'm honored?
Let's not waste time talking about it then.
Yeah, let's stop wasting time, as if your NPC time matters in the slightest. Rothmund's Barrow, here we go. There's no enemies inside, you just go
Are you
in.
ready to go inside?
Yes.
The burial place of Rothmund, who founded Thirsk. He brought a group of true warriors away from the soft life of the Skal to know the wilderness, to feel the sting of cold and of steel. I know that sounds a little silly. It's just the way it's written in the books, and that phrase has always stuck with me.
Nothing is as silly as what's gonna happen.
Rothmund's axe is in there with him. Anyone who attempts to take hold of it has their spirit judged by Rothmund himself.
Are we gonna fight the ghosts?
No, nothing like that. He doesn't need to battle us to know us. He's always watched over Thirsk and sees us from beyond. And in my case, since he's already deemed me worthy, it will just be a matter of him remembering why he blessed me before. Really, all you need to do is watch.
There's a word for that.
Let's not waste any time then.
Not exactly into it, but it is Skyrim, so fine. Let's pretend it's a
Just need to
cutscene.
take hold of it.
Sure, go on ahead. Do it.
You seek my blessing for the leadership of Thirsk Hall?
I do. It is I, Bujold. You blessed me in the past, and now I've rid the Hall of Rieklings and returned it to its rightful owners.
And well it is that this has happened. But I have always watched, and know that it was your softness that led to your own exile. You
No,
allowed your fellow warriors to grow weak, while the dangers around you mounted.
Then, the leadership is not mine?
No, nor is there any among you fit to serve. For a band in the wilderness, it is better to have no leader than a poor one.
Oof, that was rough. So...
That was a little embarrassing.
A little? So what's the plan?
The only thing I can do. I need to return to Thirsk. No matter what Rothmund says, we need a leader, and I'm still the best person for that.
So you're gonna go from wanting validation
And
to
look
ignore
what's
it.
happened to us so far under his watchful eye.
That's your
Gave his
fault.
blessing to all the leaders who brought us to this point. Anyway, he's dead and we're alive. It's time to begin a new tradition for Thirsk, and I'm going to do that. All I need is for you to back me up. You don't even need to lie. Just don't tell anyone else what you heard here.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say
You
no.
would say that. Well, looks as though I'll have to prove my mettle against you now.
Now I'm going to destroy her. And I'm gonna lie and say I don't know what happened to her when we go back, because it's the only way of doing every single quest. I mean, I could have just sided with her.
How do things go out there?
She doesn't deserve it, though.
Bejeweled?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's hope she makes it back soon. This lot doesn't have much patience with me.
Speaking of this lot, any
Planning on
quests?
sticking We're gonna rebuild the hall and ourselves. In some now that we're back where we belong. Work colder. At least that's my hope. We've all learned lessons at the expense of this recent unpleasantness.
Not even the most recent
To tell you the truth,
unpleasantness.
I've been a little distracted. I've got this idea. I want to make a reminder, so we never forget what happened the last time we got soft. I want to ring the whole hall with their little spears, mocking us from the past, making us work harder, fight better. The only problem is, I'm gonna need a lot of spears. A lot. So if you could find a bunch of them for me, that would make it easier.
Sure. 50! And they all despawned! Oh no.
Can't talk too much, I'm afraid.
Why not?
Enough for now. But I'll either need to get some more barrels or start importing more if we're going to make it through next winter. Last thing you want is the meat to run out just as the fire dies.
Just give me your quest. Go on.
Kuvar isn't enough. Peace and the war. We lost more. One is just ready to take its turn, though, and it's about time to add some of the flavorings. You can't find them on Solstheim, but if you find yourself back in Skyrim, I wouldn't mind you bringing some juniper berries. They add a different kind of sweetness. Tart. Makes the flavor more round.
Now, the game doesn't tell you this, but he only wants one juniper berry. Meanwhile, the other gal wants 50 Rickling spears. That's not all.
Finally, I can get some sleep at night.
Yeah, just give me your
Cleaning
quest.
out the forge was the easy part, but those blasted Reeklings made off with most of my materials. And I can't forge air. You tend to wander around, don't you? If you come across any Stalrim or ebony in your travels, bring them back to Old Halbarn. Help each other out.
15 ebony, 10
I was
Stalrim.
able to salvage most of the latest batch of mead. There's a lot of work to do still, getting this place back up and running.
Here's your 1 berry.
Oh, perfect. Just the right ripeness, too.
Taught me a lot.
Good work, friend.
Guess you're lucky, huh?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only.
My hands only.
Let's see here. I've got another letter from Rallis, but this is the last thing I'm delivering for. That place is just too much for me.
Oh great,
Looks like
even the
that's it.
courier
Got
is
to go.
tired of Rallis. Now, I was going to a Stalrim reserve. A place with a lot of Stalrim. And I found a Reekling. I kinda killed his buddies and he's stuck up there just sending spears, so guess how I got my 50? Stalrim source, not reserve. Ugh. Yeah, so there's a lot. I'm just gonna deal with one of the thingies. Well, actually, I'm only gonna show you one. I'm gonna take care of them all for me, because I want
definitely
Stalrim.
missed the forge.
Now I have
I
the
wonder
ebony,
if it
I had
missed
it in
me.
Breezeholm, so have it all.
Just in time, too. Kuvar was starting to give me some grief about his new armor. This will do the trick nicely. You come back if you ever want some fancier armor yourself now.
Ah, nothing you do is that fancy.
You,
Sorry, bro.
What do you want?
To give you 50 spears.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Give him here, and I'll get to work soon.
Good day.
Can you imagine if I had a mod that where I could actually spear her in true wrestling fashion 50 times? Oh, the ideas that run through my mind. Sometimes, oh, sometimes, what a joy it is to be me. So silly. Okay, so this is the last part of this quest. We're gonna finish it now, which means that right under everything is the last Cyclone Word Wall. Moving through the dungeon, you guessed it, a lot more Draugr. We've all seen these before. I'm only showing you the sped up version so I don't feel bad, cause at this point I should just skip it. But fine, it's not that much. Okay, 2 dolphins. What is she on about? There's no enemies around. What? Freya, chill. Alright, so that's Azidal's Armor of Retribution. And on the wall, it has 2 eagles. So I suppose that's gonna be to advance, yes. Let's just go on ahead then. Last puzzle that we find before a boss fight. Careful with the trap. I now have the perk, so I won't trigger anything if I step on it. And let's find what happened. Oh, he got wrecked. And Azidal is a dragon priest, so 2 Dramoras, a Freya, a bound bow, and a Nyx just staring at us. Also, yeah, you guessed it, Draugr. Oh man, I'm so sick of Draugr, I might just replay Skyrim in easy mode just so I can see 1 hit. Oh, I'm so sick of everything taking so long. Legendary truly feels imbalanced. Seriously. I just never played it in this difficulty before, so it's not that bad. Just not something I'm ever gonna do again. And,
Oh, God. What happened?
good question.
What have I done?
Great question. What have you done?
I don't remember. Ever since I got here to Kolbjorn, I've heard whispers, voices, thoughts, imaginings. They've only gotten louder since I've stayed. Pounding, driving. A couple of times I blacked out. It was just before the Draugr woke up.
So after I paid, did you kill them? The miners?
No. Maybe. It's what he wanted. He just needed their energy. I don't know. I hope I didn't. But maybe I... Please, you have to believe me.
I mean, I do. I don't know if I should, but I do.
I don't even want to hear the word barrow again. Ever. I'll go to Raven Rock and you won't mention this to anyone. If you see me there, just give a nod and I'll lend you a hand if you need it. It's the least I can do. Just keep this quiet.
Oh yeah, because I'd love to go and run around saying it was all my fault. Please. Also, we get to go into a black book. There's like 7 of them. 2, it's pretty much nothing, but the other 5... Well, it's just been feeling a bit more miscellaneous than I remembered. I mean, it's really cool to look at, but you fight a couple seekers, a couple lurkers, and you kinda try to find books you don't have yet. Because I did find the Conjure Seeker spell, so at this point it's... The only important thing is the power that I get at the end, so let's just move on to that. And this one was really short, it's not like I cut it short that much. So yeah, miscellaneous, you know. Now let's see what I'll have to choose. No stamina, I don't use stamina. Spells cost no magicka, I can just make armor for that. Take half damage, I should probably go with one of these 2. I'm a mage, let's go with the mage one. I'm not planning on using this power. Although I can always come back, for example, for the Ebony Warrior. But even then, he was not really attacking me. I had 2 Dramoras and Odahviing, and we all got bored because my man couldn't stop healing, so... But now, Ben Kongerike, or however you say it, it's Norwegian, which I do not speak. In fact, the only thing I know in Norwegian is probably Erling Holland. Unless there's a brand that I'm not remembering. Okay, so Cyclone, we got another one. Some nice loot. If we go back, I kind of forgot this door. I saw there was loot, I did not see the door. Silly, silly me. But over here is a book that Is it unique? Well, I don't think I have it, so I want it. Plus urns, and I do have the Crown of Barenziah, so it's very worth it. And that key was just to open said door. I didn't feel like using telekinesis, because I'm redoing lockpicking all over again. And Black Book Untold Legends, here we go. Can you guess what we're gonna do, besides going into different chapters on this one? That's right! Seekers, and Lurkers, and books. At least there's some flawless gems, it's not that bad. And of course the power at the end, which I have no notes on which they are, so that's the good part for me. So the Lurker main boy is done. Oh, nice ring. Good, let's see what we're gonna have to choose from. And I think I remember this one from the name. Let me just check. Black Market, yes. So we can summon a Dromora to Drave. We can summon a Dromora Butler to act as a backpack, which with the Anniversary Edition is just silly. And the last one is for stamina regeneration, which I don't use stamina, so... fine, let's keep the merchant. I don't want a butler. I mean, I don't need a butler. Both the follower and the backpack and Nyx can do that. And since we're doing some hunting for black books, let's go into White Ridge Barrow, where a very special mechanism called the imbuing chamber will allow us to create a lot of jumping spiders and flame-cloaked spiders, and it's a lot of variants. I'll make a separate video about it, because otherwise you'd have 7 minutes of something you didn't ask for just because I thought it would be cool to show all the variants. So I'm just gonna make a separate one on that. The only tip I have for you, if you care about doing that, is that the damaged albino pods are as important as the non-damaged ones. Well, of course it depends on what kind of throwable spider you want. They all have different recipes. And another curiosity is most of them require gems. Sapphires, ruby, emeralds, but none requires diamonds. Like, man, there's cut content on that, and diamonds are not a part of it. Ain't that interesting? So they're down, we've got some jumping spiders, I'll still show you how to get it on that other video. And we've got the key. Now it's that machine right there, and here's the book with only a few recipes. You just put the items in there, then you pull the... Well, it's not really a lever, is it? But you pull the thing. There's a lot of materials as well, including sapphire ore outside. Wait, where? Yes, of course, inside the cabin. Back to it we go. Let's fight a dragon priest and go into yet another black book. Setups ready. 2 Dromoras, a bound bow. Let me just use candlelight and let's do it. Oh, so the black book is right here. Okay, nice. Also, the chest, flawless diamond, ruby, and sapphire. I'm not sure if the flawless ones would be of use in the imbuing chamber, but whatever. Also, Cyclone number 3. Remember when I was tired of having dragons show up? Well, now I don't have enough dragon souls. Huh, funny. Let's just go into Apocrypha one more time. Then we'll call it a day. Also, a huge shout out to Steve Whittle for becoming the channel's first member. And into the Black Book Salo Regent we go. High Seeker, Darkness is doing the number on me. I gotta heal. Go on. And I'm gonna cut this one short. It's also short, to be honest, but I'm gonna go with the mage skill that makes spells cost less 10% magicka. Now, I hope you enjoyed, I hope I'll see you on the next one, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!